Yep.
Yep.
Welcome, everyone, to the Real Whovians cast. I am your host, Matrix Lloyd 212, and I'm with Yvette. What's up, Yvette?
Hey, everyone again.
What's up, Wolf?
How's it going, guys and girls?
All right, so we're talking about Doctor Who again. Now, I saw that Digital Spy kind of leaked some stuff of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Digital Spy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody that even is not happy with what's going on.
Yeah, more than likely.
Probably. And it kind of revealed some massive stuff about Doctor Who there. Yeah, so
Spoilers.
Enlighten us with what they've come up with. Come on, Joe.
Well, let me get let's see. Let's see what we have. Hold on. Well, let's see, check it down. Oh, okay. Okay. Let's see. All right, so Doctor Who teased its big twist before it even happened. Let's see.
Excuse me.
Just give me a moment because this thing is. All right, so. All right, you know what? Let me see if I can get Connor and Philip in here because they may be able to shed some light on this stuff.
Do I have to explain my theory over again when they come in? Or you want to tell them?
No, I think, no. I mean, you can, but I want to go let's see if we could.
There are so many theories out there now. And to be honest, with Chibnall, he's so unpredictable. I mean, normally, rational people, you can kind of work out what they're thinking. But with Chibnall, he is literally doing absolutely everything possible to think he's going to screw with us royally. And I wouldn't put it past him to do anything, to be honest with you.
Yvette, I think Chibnall thinks he's trying to pull a Alfred Hitchcock on us. You understand what I mean?
I think you're giving him a tad bit too much credit on the brain side there. But
all right, let me read this that Connor.
He is the sort of person.
Connor
Alfred Hitchcock, if you didn't pay attention to details in his movies, you wouldn't understand it pretty much. Or you want to
let's get into this. Hold on. Let's get into this. Connor had sent me something before, something about the cyber zealot is played by Patty O'Kane. Not sure what. There's something about a death particle involves, has to do with cyber wars of episode 9 and 10, fought over an element, cyberanium, whatever. Turns out Ruth isn't the one who takes the timeless child back to Gallifrey. She is the timeless child. And take this with a grain of salt, people. We don't know this for sure.
No.
A character called Teshian takes the timeless child to Gallifrey. The thing that allows the timeless child to regenerate endlessly is extracted and put into the Time Lords. So there's a lot of stuff going on, spoiling it that she's possibly the timeless child, whatever that means.
With Gallifrey destroyed, right? So if I'm understanding this correctly, if Ruth is the timeless child and they take her back to Gallifrey to reboot Gallifrey with her.
It was sort of a Big Bang 2 type of Pandora type of thing to erase Gallifrey being destroyed by the Master, possibly, right? Like, in other words, they sent a message to the Master in his brain with the four drums, right? The four beats.
Yeah.
This is another failsafe that maybe the Time Lords put into place. Like maybe they created this Doctor, or they altered the Doctor to regenerate this way, or whatever. So it's a failsafe that it's in the memories of the Master and the Doctor to reset Gallifrey when Master destroyed
Yeah.
So they're copying again. Chibnall's copying again. The end of time.
No surprise.
He's copying all of it. So this is all baloney.
Yeah.
All of this is a copy off of the best stories of David Tennant stuff, and it's just a joke.
Joe, breathe.
Let's not be hysterical, man.
Chibnall, you hack.
Yeah.
Let's think about it for a minute now. Don't always pay attention to articles.
No, I know.
Well, there were rumors originally quite a while back, Joe. Do you remember about the Timeless Child was going to be the originator of Gallifreyans, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it there was a big uproar about that. But if you look at it now with Gallifrey destroyed and they've got to recreate it, that actually kind of makes a bit of sense now.
Maybe they don't. Maybe the Doctor and the Timeless Child don't. Maybe the Doctor doesn't.
Yeah.
Well, you know how the Doctor chose he chose the face of the person he saved to remind himself he's a good man.
Yeah.
Gallifrey is doing this to save themselves by intricating the Doctor and the Master into this, just like they used the Master to put that from looking in an untempered schism, and then he started hearing the drums and he went mad. They're doing that to save their whole society. So basically Chibnall is copying another story from
the only thing
David
we have
Tennant.
to remember is they have said the Timeless Child arc will not be resolved in this season.
Correct. Which they will not resolve everything about it.
Let me say something. That when Gallifrey was destroyed, it could have been out of the pocket universe. Then they could just rebuild themselves if people survived it.
Yeah, the trouble is you've got Omega stuff, Rassilon stuff.
Rassilon technically wasn't on Gallifrey. Technically, Rassilon should be on Gallifrey when it got destroyed.
Yeah, I'm just saying by recreating Gallifrey, you'd need a lot of things that aren't about anymore that actually made the Time Lords what they were.
Well, the Matrix of Gallifrey, held all their DNA.
Yeah, so if you think about it, if they were destroyed, then they would have thousands of years to redo themselves.
But they would all come back 100% because the Matrix of Gallifrey has all their DNA.
They wouldn't. Yeah, they wouldn't be the same.
They would be the same from the point that it was recorded.
Yeah.
Sort of like that.
They might not have the same faces.
Well, they might, because it might be whatever that was recorded. So it was the memory. Okay. It's like that Star Trek The Next Generation episode, I think in season 1, where Picard became one with this entity and everything was something, whatever. And then Riker used the transporter thing to recreate the pattern to put Picard back in the body, and he didn't have memories of before he was transported. Remember that?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Was it Geordie LaForge as well got zapped with someone as well?
Yeah. So I think honestly,
Barclay had some situation with the transporter where they had the aliens in the transporter.
Oh yeah, no, they were out. Yeah, that's different.
So I'm telling you right now, if we just blew the smoking gun off this whole storyline, shame on Chibnall for copying or plagiarizing work from someone else.
Well, I don't think so, because...
Well, again, don't you mean again?
Yeah. If you think about it, it might be... If he makes it too detailed, it would be very hard to understand, especially in 10 episodes.
He basically copied off of the storyline and changed it. Like, this is... Maybe. You can tell everything that he's done has been a copy of something else.
If he thinks he's pulling the Alfred Hitchcock method on us, where we got to pay attention to every detail of every scene just to figure out the ending, then not everybody's going to pay attention to everything.
Well, that's why they got us to pay attention for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Because you know how Hitchcock worked. If you've seen people doing stuff, well, what the heck are they doing? And that played out in the ending.
You got to pay attention, right?
Well, you got to watch it twice.
Do you remember when Nikola Tesla looked into the
The thing.
On the TARDIS, the
The council?
microscope, I think. The
Okay.
microscope council. What purpose was it to show that scene? Think about it for a minute.
So he can invent it?
I don't know. That's what I'm talking about. That's similar to what Hitchcock used to do. Show out of the way scenes, and you don't know what the heck they're there for.
Right.
We made a point in the podcast, in our podcast, like you call them podcasts, our chat group last week, that Tesla. I found it highly amusing. Neil was not so impressed because the tagline when you enter the TARDIS, oh, it's bigger on the inside, but Tesla put it into scientific terms, which of course amused me immensely. Right. But you know,
would do that.
just to show he was a bit more aware of everything around him. Yeah. But we're off topic. Come on, back to topic.
Well, Tesla was on the spectrum of autism, I believe.
Well, do you know that for real? We don't really know that.
He had some, I don't know about autism, but he had some major issues. He had some really weird phobias.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, getting off Nick Tesla.
Yeah.
So, more than likely, Ruth is going to be gone. We don't have to worry about that nonsense. And we're left with a memory of, like, very short memory that we had a doctor that technically was probably it. Right.
Yeah, but how does the two Jodies play into the finale?
Well, that's not definite either, though.
No, that's another rumor. Do you know what, Joe? I see in my, like your imagination, I have one as well. I see Ruth jumping in front of Jodie as the lone.
That's what I said. Yeah.
Spider-Man tries to shoot her.
Right, I said that a couple of casts ago. That probably would happen.
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
I haven't heard it. So we're same wavelength, darling.
What I want to say, I wanted to say something else. I can't remember. So here's the thing: we're not going to be able to dwell on the timeless child,
no, because it's not going to get any resolution.
No, because the Dalek thing is going to happen so quick. So they're probably going to do a dramatic thing in the finale with the Dalek showing up, and they're probably going to.
Are we going to actually see that this year, or are we going to?
We might see that. We might see at the end the Dalek show up and shoot somebody. Right.
Yeah.
Or is it going to be January the 1st? We have to wait.
I don't know when it's going to be released, but at the end of the finale, they may throw something in there.
Yeah. Yep. Let's hope.
And again, there's also a rumor that this next episode, Sunday, it's a rumor that we may get another companion.
Really?
It's a rumor.
Okay.
Oh, good God.
Meaning they're sort of implanting someone in because if all these companions are going to go, the Doctor needs to be with somebody.
Yeah.
So you need to implant them when they're still talking about the timeless child, so that way the Doctor can talk to that companion about the timeless child when it's resolved in Series 13, probably.
Yeah.
That's a rumor, though.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's just
now the rumor.
It's like Perry coming in and Turlough going out.
Yeah.
Hey, well, if y'all don't want me on the cast, I could leave. I appreciate being on the cast, though.
What's that?
I appreciate being on the cast a whole bunch, Joe.
Oh, no problem.
I used to be really afraid to talk in public and stuff. For some reason, I can talk on this cast for some reason.
That's good, though. It's listen.
Perry, it's because
you're more than welcome to be on here, and I hope this happened a lot, like where people conquer their fear.
Yeah.
When it's in a relaxed environment, where as long as you're happy the way you're treated in here, you're able to open up and talk. You know, we've had a lot of people that this worked out for that too.
Okay. Well, now
Joe and I have been doing it for years. I mean, I do it for a living, so.
And I don't have to show my face neither, so that's
you don't have to. No.
No.
Not at all.
Yeah, I do not show my face first thing in the morning, do I, Joe?
No.
Well, now back to the two Dr. Jodies. If they do that, maybe one of them's negative and one of them's positive. And
or one could be matter, one could be antimatter. I mean,
like
the list is endless, isn't it?
That would make an antimatter doctor right there.
You're talking like the Kirk episode,
Star Trek Omega.
Oh, antimatter and matter, right.
If they join together,
so they're just he'd be stealing again from 3 doctors.
What if the other Jody is not a doctor at all? She's just a person.
Or a duplicate?
That I don't know. It's like they did Salamander. Well, you don't know what that is, Perry. But Enemy of the World with Patrick Trout and second dog.
I've heard of it, but I hadn't seen it.
I heard a rumor that the Daleks in the Time War made clones of the Doctor, but I couldn't find anything on it.
I don't know
had
about
a look, so I don't know if you'd heard about it.
The Omicron energy, that would be hard to duplicate. The exact energy spectrum there, whatever that is. You understand what I'm saying? The energy the Doctor uses, they would have to copy that as well. I don't know if the Daleks had that technology.
Not necessarily if they were just using the other Doctors as decoys.
Well, look at the Sontarans cloned Martha Jones.
Yeah.
So maybe they got that technology for that.
And of course, the Doctor was cloning that really hideous one with the flesh.
The gangers,
yeah.
Right.
Or maybe when the Doctor, Jodie Doctor, was on the TARDIS with Ruth, that was Ruth's TARDIS. So maybe she isn't a doctor. Maybe she's fooling her. Even if she scanned her, the TARDIS could be showing a false, what do you call it?
It could be.
It could be, but the problem with all this is, and although I don't take Chibbs at his word anyway, because they do lie, he says she is the Doctor.
He's full of crap.
Is the Doctor.
He's full of
I'm
shit.
not denying that, Joe, at all.
I don't believe him at all with anything. You learned that over the years, like people talk smack. The showrunners. They can't admit, because then it gives away their whole plot.
Not unless this is a doctor from another Gallifreyan planet. Like they did have an empire. They did have an empire at one time with multiple planets. Maybe they had a doctor.
The Daleks had multiple Scaros, but
But
they just recreate. They just used to find a planet.
They just find a planet to make it Scaro, right?
Yeah.
There was 6 of them, I think they did, or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
I thought the Time Lords had more planets in their empire than that.
No, it's not. No. There's only one Gallifrey.
Yeah.
They had a council that wasn't just necessarily Gallifreyans. It was people all in the area.
Yeah.
There was.
There's one Gallifrey. That's the capital city, but they had other planets that were under their control, didn't they?
No, they were just watchers of time.
No.
Okay.
It wasn't like that.
They worked closely with other planets of races that were of very high intelligence.
Like people didn't screw with them because they were really powerful.
Well, they could just snap their fingers and blink them out.
Well, here's the thing. I can't necessarily say that. They did have a war with the vampires. And then the vampires were defeated, and 2 of the vampires went into E-space, I believe, where the Doctor and Romana encountered them.
Yeah.
There was a long time ago. There was a war with vampires with Gallifrey, and that they were saying that maybe Earth got
right. There was a few times they've been attacked because some races have tried.
The Centaurs tried to start too.
Yeah.
They knocked them on their ass basically. Yeah. Times. They also don't like it that anybody's using time travel.
Yeah.
Like they're like, we're the Time Lords, we govern that, nobody else could do that. So when they were around, they were going after the time agents, which,
and the Daleks. Jack. And the Daleks, because they got
the Daleks got time travel also, right. They don't want them to have it, right.
No.
So.
Yeah.
Which is
but there was only one Gallifrey, but on the council, like you said, Joe, there were people from other planets.
Yes.
That
I remember that.
That worked with them.
Yes. Yeah. It was like the United Federation of Planets.
Yeah, pretty much.
But it was Gallifrey as the main thing, and everybody else, other people, part of that set.
Let me ask you something. Then, if the Gallifreyans thought that Earth was at risk and they gave Earth a doctor, then maybe they gave other planets a doctor to protect.
No, they don't care about Earth.
They don't give.
They don't like Earth
about Earth.
They
And they
fucking hate
didn't give
Earth.
us the doctor.
No.
The doctor
Yeah.
took it on himself to protect her.
They shit on Earth every single time. In
That's
fact, if they didn't have egos, they would probably have a monument of Clara in Gallifrey, because she's the one that convinced the doctor not to push the button. So wouldn't you put a monument of Clara in Gallifrey that she saved their society? They don't give a shit. They don't even give a shit about Clara. This is why the doctor has a problem with them. Okay?
Yeah, because
he's like, how could you
selfish.
not save Clara when she saved you? They don't give a shit.
No, they're narcissists. They're complete narcissists.
They're not nice. No, they're not. They're assholes.
They don't give a shit about the planets or how they evolve.
Not really.
No.
They're kind of real assholes. Mostly.
They just give a shit about the knowledge that comes from
it. They sort of like, if society's at peace under them, right?
Yeah.
But if somebody else tried to do peaceful stuff, they'd probably blow them up, because they have to run everything. You know what I'm saying? But they're not really, like, they would watch the Daleks kill all these people.
Oh, yeah,
yes,
they just
watch.
They watch.
They never got involved.
Only if it's affecting them.
Yeah.
Right. They're really like politicians.
The Genesis of the Daleks was the first time we really saw them step up and ask the Doctor to literally wipe the Daleks off the Earth at that point, because they knew probably then, although we know it's all a story, that the war was coming.
Yes.
Yep.
That's what I often said.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Maybe the Doctor's just an information collector then for multiple different worlds.
No,
they watch. They don't need him.
No.
You have to understand, they have millions of TARDISes on Gallifrey. They don't need him.
That gave me an idea. I just got one. What if, you remember Hartnell's doctor stole the TARDIS, right?
Yeah.
From Gallifrey.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this roof girl, maybe that's the person that was assigned to that TARDIS that was stolen.
No,
by the
TARDIS that the TARDIS that she's using, like it. In other words, according to the way it is, don't even think of the first Doctor at all.
It can't
supposedly supposed to be
because
before that, which doesn't make any sense.
No,
but
because it's a police box.
Correct.
And the chameleon circuit got stuck after they left.
Correct. So we're gonna find out what her whole deal is.
Yeah.
But the Time Lords, like they broke their own rules if it affected their society. Like when Omega attacked, they broke their own rule of time and had plucked the second Doctor out of time to help the third, and they plucked the first Doctor out of time to help the third.
But he got stuck.
Right.
And the same with the 5 Doctors.
And even though the second Doctor stopped that massive, like he saved Gallifrey, they didn't like that. So they wanted to punish him for meddling. And they made him regenerate.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, but then they plucked him out of time, where he was in a series of adventures where he looked older because he was actually the Doctor for a while.
Yeah.
You know, and he got his companions back. He restored their memories. They went on all these other different adventures. And the whole point was that they had to make sure he didn't die or regenerate, because then it would affect the past. So they would put him back when everything is done, back into the time stream where he would regenerate, and all those memories would be wiped.
Yep.
That's why the 6th Doctor didn't remember, like, that the 2nd Doctor had a remote control for the TARDIS. So it was like a whole thing.
So there could be regenerations before Hartnell then.
There shouldn't be.
There shouldn't be.
Because the laws of time, the rules of regeneration were known, and they were supposed to have, you know, only regenerate a certain amount of time, but then the Master kind of went against that. And then, yes, you could be given a gift of another cycle.
I mean, he would steal other people's regenerations, the Master. He was known for doing that.
Correct.
In classic as well as
yes,
movie.
And you would also be given a gift by the Time Lords of having another cycle of regenerations, which was a rarity.
Very rare.
That Valyard tried to get the Doctor's remaining regenerations when he put them on trial. Yeah. But then you found out that the Valyard was probably the last Doctor, or next to the last Doctor. that he couldn't regenerate anymore, and he just wanted to alter time. And then the Master was promised a new cycle of regenerations in the 5 Doctors episode. So the Time Lords also plucked the Master from the Eye of Harmony when he was in there in the 8th Doctor thing. And they gave him a new cycle of regenerations, which he was Professor Yana, and he ran away. He didn't want to help them against the Daleks. And then John Sims' Master lost the ability to regenerate because he didn't come back fully. And when at the end of time he went back with the Time Lords into the Pocket Universe, they restored it where he wasn't becoming a skeleton. They gave him another cycle of regenerations that he lost, and they gave him a TARDIS and get out of here. So.
So the thing is,
we just don't know what's in Chib's head. This is the problem. We can't even predict what the hell. There are theories out there. All of them have good and bad in them.
You have too many story arcs going on at the same time.
But here's the thing.
In
the old series, they opened this up, the idea of regenerations before Hartnell. They did this in the old series.
See, Brandon Morbius is the thing. I don't believe that, because you have to understand that. Okay, let me explain it to you this way. When the Doctor is plucked out of time to encounter his future selves, they'll have an episode like the 5 Doctors, right, Yvette?
Yep.
Or 2 Doctors, or Time Crash, or Day of the Doctor, right?
Yeah.
And then he'll be plucked back. Now that memory is blocked from him seeing it.
Yeah.
But it's here, right?
Yeah.
Now, when he had that duel with Morbius, and again, this is time travel.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the Doctor could have encountered David Tennant in the past, or whatever in the past, because they're traveling through time. It wasn't that he had a whole new cycle of regenerations. It was that he encountered his future selves, probably, that was in his mind, and this is what they're seeing. Or it could have been regenerations of Morbius.
Yeah. Possibly.
So
that it isn't the fact that you're dealing with a time travel show. So he would be encountering other Doctors, not from before him, but after him. But it's a time travel show. It's in the past.
Yeah.
So that is why it wasn't that. It was about.
They've never actually gone there meeting the future Doctor.
They've never said it was before William Hart and all that stuff. People would love to speculate.
They never said
that. It's not canon. Never said that.
But they never said it directly.
No, they never said it, period.
No,
they never said it, period.
No.
There was no. It was up to the people formulating, the one person formulating opinion, and everybody going with it and repeating it for decades.
Yeah.
Even if it was wrong. Like, okay.
I apologize.
Okay, just no. Let me give you an example.
Apologize.
Some nerd created a fan fiction thing stating that in Greece, Sandy's character is dead. And this whole Grease movie with John Travolta, they're all dead. And it doesn't exist. Like, it's whatever, right? The creator of Grease said that's bullshit, right? That should have been the end of it. But it keeps coming up every year. It doesn't exist. Someone created an interesting thing. It's not real at all. But it won't go away. And then people keep recycling the fucking story every year, over and over and fucking over again.
Believe it, then.
So it's like shit. You can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
So the Morbius thing, that's nowhere does it say anywhere without 100% accurate, nothing, that it was a whole cycle, and it's left for people to fucking speculate. Now we speculate everything, but just imagine that. This is not real. They've never said. And people can change the words around. They can make it like, they allude. No, none of that shit.
There was never even a hint to it.
Right. It's
all the
bullshit.
way through the classic.
It's
the New Who as
bullshit.
well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So bullshit.
They never went there until Tibbs decided to create this chaos.
Well, then Tibbs is going to...
See, now if you want to get technical, like really, like pay attention to Doctor Who episodes, like I
really wish Neil was here, Joe, because he's our encyclopedia of classic. He literally
I know.
is.
If you want to get technical, right? When the Doctor was hooked up to that machine where Mordred Undead were trying to take his regenerations, right?
That's another thing.
The amount of power source that the two brigadiers touched each other was enough about the exact amount of regenerations that he had, right? Left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if he's hooked up to the machine when that happened, right, and they all died, why didn't he have more regenerations added because of the energy surge?
Yeah, that's a question.
You could start screwing around with that and saying, oh, shit, he's got more regenerations. Also, with River, right, when he was blocked from regenerating, right, supposedly she gave every single regeneration she had just to bring him back to life without regenerating, right?
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Okay. How the frig do you know that it didn't take all the regeneration energy to bring him back? It took like 2 or 1, and all that stuff is in him to regenerate further without even help from Gallifrey, which would explain how he had regeneration energy to heal her hands.
Yes.
Yeah, in the Day of the Doctor.
We could go on forever doing this show on every episode.
We go in deep. I mean, you could say that. You could even say, right? Let's just say Matt Smith. He's going to die and he can't regenerate.
Yeah.
All he has to do is go to Donna Noble, unlike lock the thing from her brain, because she has regeneration energy in her that she blasted the Masters with.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, I remember that.
That's a regenerate. Here's the thing, and I never counted that as a regeneration because it wasn't a complete change of the face, right? No. That energy's still inside Donna Noble. If the Doctor needed a regeneration...
I thought he sucked it all out when he wiped her mind.
No, because she, in the end of time... when the Master duplicated himself all over the world and he went to attack her, she blasted him with regeneration.
Yes, that's right. Sorry, I'd forgotten that.
She blasted him with regeneration energy. That energy is still there. That's why she could explode, because it's in check. So all he has to do is take that out of her mind, take the regeneration energy. He can regenerate.
Yep.
You can fix her very easily. You can take all the stuff out of her and just the regeneration energy, and boom, then he could regenerate, and she wouldn't explode, and she could remember everything.
So if Gallifrey was destroyed, then he wouldn't have to have regeneration energy from Gallifrey.
Right, because he would have 1 or whatever. Right.
Yeah. So that means that if that's the last regeneration, then this is the value guard, or what is it called?
Well, no. Here's my theory with that. Here's my theory with that. The Valyard is supposed to come into play somewhere between his 12th and final incarnation. And it could be
final incarnation.
Doctor 500. It could be the Valyard. Right?
Yeah.
Now, supposedly, the Watcher is the last Doctor. Like last. Can't regenerate anymore. The last. So supposedly the Valyard, at some point in time, if he was the Doctor, right?
Yeah.
The Valyard regenerates and then it becomes the Doctor again, not the Valyard. It wouldn't be like the Valyard possibly. Or at some point in time, the Valyard will become the Doctor again, right? The last incarnation is supposed to be the angelic Watcher, where the Master was demonic and decrepit. The Watcher was angelic.
Yeah.
And rather than like just observe and watch, he chose to end his life by saving himself in the past and like integrating himself back into himself.
Yeah.
So in other words, he would be.
This is on Logopolis, isn't it?
Right. So in other words, all the memories of the Watcher would be wiped. Like the Doctor would not retain any of this unless there was one specific purpose why the Watcher regenerated into himself, because he wanted the Doctor to alter one event that was the most important thing, which is probably the Time War, by the way. So or whatever. But that whole thing is that the Watcher is himself again, like the Doctor regenerating to himself. So that's why he was the Doctor all the time. So the last Doctor doesn't die; he becomes merged with himself.
Yeah. Yeah, now, that makes sense.
Yeah,
now the headache would be,
sense.
oh well, what happened originally? You know, like what if the Watcher didn't get involved? It's like the bootstrap paradox, whatever. Like, would that come into play? Would the, you know what I'm saying? Like would the Doctor be able to regenerate without the Watcher?
Especially if he's outside the TARDIS.
No. He could wait. Yvette, wait a minute.
Very bad.
Yvette, wait a minute. No, we don't need. No. There's a confusion there. No. Yeah. He doesn't have to be in the TARDIS to regenerate.
No.
Yeah.
He could be anywhere.
Yeah, he regenerated outside the TARDIS on Logopolis.
Many times. Like he doesn't need. Okay, it happened a couple of times he regenerated in the TARDIS, but he didn't always regenerate in the TARDIS. So he doesn't need. It isn't like he can't regenerate unless he's in the TARDIS.
No.
Okay.
That's not true at all.
Not true at all. No.
Totally not.
Well, I think
no, because you can take it from Matt Smith and the astronaut.
First Doctor regenerated into the second in the TARDIS.
Yeah.
The second Doctor regenerated into the third in the TARDIS because like they put the change with it, right?
Well, no, the second Doctor was forced to regenerate by the time.
But it was still he was put in the TARDIS. He was regenerated in the TARDIS.
Yeah.
You just didn't see it. You saw his face, whatever. They put him in the TARDIS.
Yeah.
He regenerated in the TARDIS. You didn't see it. The third Doctor was in Unit HQ.
Yeah.
And he regenerated.
And Joe G had to help him with the regeneration or whatever.
Yeah.
And he regenerated. The fourth Doctor was on the floor in the field, regenerated. Fifth Doctor was in the TARDIS. Sixth Doctor was in the TARDIS. Seventh Doctor was in, like, the morgue or whatever the hell that was.
Yeah.
He was in a morgue.
Yeah, he regenerated.
Yeah, it was a morgue, yeah.
The eighth Doctor was with the Sisterhood of Karn.
Yes.
You know? Ninth Doctor was in the TARDIS. 10th Doctor was in the TARDIS. 11th Doctor was in the TARDIS. 12th Doctor was in the TARDIS. Doesn't have to necessarily be in the TARDIS.
No.
And 11th Doctor kind of partly regenerated.
Yeah.
Outside. And then it was resetting.
To get in.
Right, and then he went in the TARDIS, right.
Yeah, he wanted to be in the TARDIS, that was all. But he would have regenerated outside of it.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
He would have, but I did think that Peter Capaldi's Doctor might have needed some help from the TARDIS, considering he held the regeneration for so long.
The TARDIS doesn't do anything, though.
No.
It doesn't do anything.
No.
With the regeneration.
So,
no.
It doesn't do anything with it. No. It's there. It's just there. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not like
the Doctor.
Huh?
It's part of the Doctor, not the TARDIS.
Right. Yes. The regeneration's inside. Right. The Doctor is linked to the TARDIS because of the Ninth Doctor putting the time, like it's connected, where the Doctor would know if the TARDIS is dying, and the TARDIS can communicate. And they're linked because of that event.
Yeah.
But because the Master's TARDIS doesn't talk to him.
No.
It's just a machine.
Not that we know of.
No, it would have attacked Jodie.
Yeah.
It didn't attack Jodie.
No.
I don't think any TARDIS could attack a time.
We're down to a minute, guys.
The TARDIS attacks the entity outside of time, so why wouldn't it? Remember House? Or whatever that thing was? It attacked it.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
The TARDIS attacked it. It's like, you know.
Yeah. So Joe, we're under less than a minute. Any chance I could just mention tonight?
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. Tonight at 8 p.m. GMT, that's UK time for everyone. Not My Doctor Who. We're doing our show, and everyone is welcome as always. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Yvette. I'll be at work, unfortunately, which sucks.
I know, but you always watch it after, and I appreciate that. I like your opinion.
I also would like to say before we leave is the ripple effects of time probably changed the future and went back to the past. Ripple back in the past.
Possibly.
If that's possible.
Possibly. There are
They're going to kick us out any minute.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Take care. Bye for now.
Bye.